Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the Majid Kanka channel. According to a quick Google search that I just did, around 60% of people globally have never witnessed snowfall in their lives. Now this information may surprise you, or it may not surprise you, or perhaps you could relate to this 60% of individuals because you yourself have never seen in your life snowfall. I live in the city of Istanbul, and although over here the weather is generally mild, especially in the winter, the past few years and especially in this winter, we've witnessed an unprecedented amount of snowfall that I don't even think is comparable to all the previous years. What I'm trying to say is a lot of snow has fallen in this winter. And if you think that this video is going to be about me talking about how beautiful the snowfall is and about how once the snow falls, everyone goes out of their homes and plays a snow fight, just like in those Hollywood movies, then I'm sorry, life is not a Hollywood movie, and I'm very sorry to disappoint you, but this video is going to be about the 5 things that I really hate about snowfall. Okay, let me be honest here. I don't hate everything about snowfall, but it's a beautiful change, when you are used to just looking at, trees and whatnot, and all of a sudden the entire world is blanketed in white. However, it comes with its disadvantages, and I really wish to address those frustrating disadvantages in today's video. The first reason is that when it snows, especially heavily in a certain region, it's more or less that you are stuck at home just like back in those quarantine days, and you literally cannot do anything except watching the snow fall from the sky right outside your window. Now, of course, there are snow sports to do and many people go skiing and sledding and whatnot. However, the cold weather only allows you to do that to a certain amount of time. You can only stay outdoors for perhaps an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe if you're pushing it before your fingers start really hurting you and you can't feel your nose is all running, your eyes are red from all the snow that's hitting it. There's only so much that you can do. So for the most part, you are at home. And, speaking of being stuck in a place, this reminds me of, a few months ago. It was around 2 months ago when all of a sudden a huge blizzard hit the city of Istanbul, and many of my friends, perhaps they may even be watching this video, but many of my friends got stuck in the metro, and they got stuck while they were in the midst of public transportation. And it wasn't just like a simple traffic jam or a simple stop where they had to wait for 5 hours. Some of them actually ended up sleeping in the metro because the snow was literally 2 feet high in some places, and cars were stopped. Trucks, supply chains of restaurants and supermarkets, like all life just went into a standstill. And those people who were traveling on the highways, well, guess what? They had to even stop right where they were because the cars can't move on the snow. And it was just a very hectic, very unanticipated situation where the military even had to drop food parcels by helicopter to cars that were stranded on the highway. So it's this kind of situations that really present a difficulty whenever snow falls heavily in a certain region. So that, in conclusion, is reason number 1 why I don't like snowfall. Not generally, but perhaps you could say a lot of snowfall. Reason number 2 is, and although some people might find this beautiful, they might find this strange, I find it just plain annoying when in the morning I am trying to sleep, and because everything is just covered and blanketed in snow. As you know, the white color reflects light that's coming from the sun, or any light for that matter. So, the sky and the entire world somehow looks kind of apocalyptic, with like everything being just so bright. It's like, imagine taking so many soft boxes and so many white lights and just, putting them in front of your window so that all the light is just streaming into your room. And it's not even that late into the morning. Like, I don't sleep all the way till afternoon. I'm talking about 7 p.m., 5 a.m. even, before the sun comes out. Like, the entire world is so scarily, apocalyptically lit up, as if, there's some like crazy football match going on in some football stadium. That's the second reason. The third reason is that it is hard and exhausting and slippery to walk on snow, unless you have the proper snow boots. But even then, it takes much more energy in the freezing cold when it's like -2, -3. And I know people right now in Canada are probably laughing what I'm saying, like -2, -3, it's -40 over here, and some others in Russia. But it's still difficult to walk in the snow, and with that cold, it's really very exhausting. Like, you have to exert a lot of effort to actually walk such a short distance, and you keep on sliding, you keep on slipping. it's a kind of fun experience because you don't experience snow every day over here in Istanbul, at least in my case. But you know, it reaches a point where you're like, khalas, enough. I really want to walk on my 2 feet again like a normal human being without breakdancing and, you know, just unable to move like a proper insan. So that's reason number 3 why snowfall can be very hectic sometimes. The fourth reason that I dislike, I don't like to use the word hate, honestly. Okay, if I said that at the beginning, I'm sorry. Dislike is a more, you could say, neutral term. The fourth reason why I dislike a lot of snowfall is because supermarkets run completely empty when there's a blizzard or there's a lot of snowfall, because the supply chain simply just stop, you know. It's costly to fit your truck tires with you know, winter tires, or fit them with snow chains so your automobile or your truck doesn't slip as it's delivering goods from one place to another. So obviously, you know, many supermarket chains, they run out, their supply chains are like you know, unable to keep up with the demand. People are hungry in the winter. You know, all of them just rushing to the bread section, like just taking so much bread. Yani, ya Jama'a, if you are in Turkey, relax. Like, you know, take 1 loaf, take 2 loaves, but leave some for the other guys as well. You know, I'm speaking here from personal experience. I go into Migros, I go into Ayosbir, and there's literally nothing. It's empty. Anyways, so like, yeah, the supply chain of the supermarkets are just overrun by the demand, and you know, there's snowfall, so people can't really get back from one place to another. The final reason, and the reason that I dislike snowfall the most, is although it is very beautiful, yes, I admit that snowfall is very beautiful and has many advantages, and I love it so much sometimes, but this is the part where I really hate it, or I really dislike it, is after all the snow, or most of the snow has melted or has stayed over for a long time, it turns into this slushy, dirt, icy mixture that is just so annoying and irritating to walk in, especially if you don't have the proper boots. I'm telling you, bro, your ankles will freeze. Like, imagine taking, you know, a bone of meat that you usually buy from the butchers and just throwing it inside the freezer. That's literally how your ankles will feel. Like, it's a very irritating experience. Like, it's ice mixed with cold water, mixed with mud, mixed with sticks and stones and all the most random stuff you'll find in this world. And there's just like a pool and a puddle of it wherever you walk. So it's very irritating, you know, to just have to go out of your house and like, even if you take the proper boots, they will keep out the water. This slushy ice mixture will always find a way to just creep into your boots and make your feet cold. Like, this is the reality on the ground, guys, and there's no way to hide it. So there you have it. Those are the 5 things that I really dislike about heavy snowfall. And you know, I hope all of you can relate on this. And like I said before, I don't completely hate it. Astaghfirullah, you know, you cannot hate something that is barakah. I hope that this video helps you prepare better for the winter and know what to expect wherever you are. This isn't limited to Istanbul. So just know what to have for the winter. Have some really good boots, have a really good jacket, and yeah, inshallah, enjoy the winter to the fullest before the blizzard hits. Assalamu alaikum.